So, good morning, everybody, and welcome to this webinar on channeling and connection. I am really, really excited to be speaking to you all about this subject because channeling is really at the heart and soul of my path and my work, and it's so gorgeously important to me and my life, and I have so much to say about it. I will try and share with you as much as I possibly can in this webinar that is about channeling, but also about connection, because I think the two are married to each other, and in order to be a good channel, we must open to many different types of connection, because as with everything, the universe is a dance, and we dance between all of our tools of connection and constantly learn new ones, and that is how we become a truly empowered channel. And that's what interests me. It's how to become an empowered in everything we do in our lives, because empowerment is what is, in my opinion, what is going to change the world. When everybody is in their power and in their truth and empowered in the choices that they make, that's when we make choices from our heart. That's when we make choices that are right for ourselves, other people, and for the planet. And so empowerment is the other thing that is at the heart and soul of my work. So in this webinar, we are combining empowerment and channeling and connection. It would be great if those of you that are listening live could say hello, just so I know you can hear, so that everything is working properly. You can use the little chat box to say hi. I'll show you. I've just said hello to you. And hey, I'm seeing people I know saying hello, as well as new people. Nice to see you all. Thank you very much for tuning in live. And I'm really talking about tuning in live. This webinar will be recorded and people will be able to listen to it in the future. But one of the things I love most about the live webinars is that they can be co-creative, that you can be part of the webinar. If you're listening live, you can ask questions, you can share, and then these processes become organic between us and the universe, and they flow between me and you and the universe. And so please, at any point, use the chat box to ask a question, to share some of your own wisdom, to share your own experiences. As and when I can, I will read them out. If you want something to be private, just put private at the front of it, and I won't attach your name to it or read it out. But yes, I will do my best to share anything that you want me to share, so that this can be as co-creative as possible. And let's begin our webinar with a little meditation, just to wake us up and to connect us to what we are here to learn today, to what we are here to get a deeper understanding of today. So when you're ready, close your eyes. Feel the muscles relaxing around your eyes as you breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. Breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. As you say out loud, I call light to myself now. I call light to myself now. Feeling a column of sparkling white light from the center of the universe pouring down into your energy field, instantly raising your vibration and down through the different layers of the earth, so that you are aligned with all that is above and all that is below, as this light plugs into the core of your planet, of Mother Earth. You feel her gravitational love shining up towards you now and holding you in the vastness of her love for this hour that is about expansion of your understanding, expansion of your truth. And as you feel this light around you, know that you are safe. Know that this light means that only love and light can enter your energy field and feel yourself wrapped in love light from top to bottom. As you become aware of feeling safe and surrounded by love, notice how your heart naturally and instantly opens. As you open your heart to this webinar, experience yourself sitting in a circle of consciousness with those who are listening to this webinar now and in the future. Notice how open this circle feels, how there is a joy and excitement that runs through this energetic circle. Notice how underneath this joy and excitement is a deep respect for each individual, a respect for their truth, their light, and their willingness to grow. As you feel this excitement and respect, send your love as a welcome to those that you sit in circle with in this moment. And feel the love that is sent to you. And know that you are in the perfect place for your soul's growth at this moment. Allowing yourself to decide now to stay open-hearted for this hour. Allowing yourself to stay in this vibration of respect and this emotion of excitement. which is the perfect combination for receiving information, for learning. And as you feel a fountain of energy rise up from the center of the earth, up into your core, through the center of your being and up through the crown of your head. Feel this energy burst into your aura, aligning you, energizing you, and awakening you this morning. As you breathe in love and breathe out gratitude, breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. Notice if you feel different from when the webinar began. Open your heart and ask your heart, why am I here? Why was I called to listen to this webinar? And give yourself the space to let your heart answer you now. Through feeling, through words, through pictures, or sensation. As your heart is answering you, I'm going to pull a collective card for our group. And the card that I've pulled is Assistance, which feels very prominent and correct for this webinar. So just open your heart to what assistance means to you. What do you need to be assisted with for this webinar? And when you are ready, breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. Breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. Breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. And open your eyes and come into the room. I would really love to hear from you about how that opening meditation was for you. My guides felt that they wanted to lead it, so I let them lead it using a technique called direct voice channeling. And yeah, if you got a big message from your heart about why you're listening, I would love it if you would share it, or if you just had an experience. You know, so much of becoming a good channel is about being able to observe the experiences of connection that you have, and then being able to explain them. When I teach channeling, this way of observing and explaining is so crucial to the process of becoming a good channel, because essentially a channel is a transmitter. It's like a radio. It's like being a human radio. You receive information in light form, in energy form, and then your brain transmits it and translates it, or a different chakra transmits it and translates it. So just then we were doing direct voice channeling, and that is when your throat chakra is doing the transmitting and translating of light. Whereas when you do third eye channeling, your third eye does that instead. So there's lots of different ways to channel. I will try and touch on them during this webinar. But first I want to talk about what the big breakthrough with channeling for me was. And since I have had many other breakthroughs, but my first ever breakthrough was the realization that everybody could channel. Yeah, okay, we had someone come in late. She said, missed the beginning, however, caught a small bit and I felt was here to feel alive. You know, even if you miss the beginning, you're always in the perfect place at the perfect time. So it was perfect for you to come in at that moment. I feel like the difficult relationship with my mother will be prominent this morning. Thank you for sharing that. I'm just feeling guided to say to you that channeling is about being able to receive, and the action of receiving, whether it is around abundance or around channeling or around awareness or around anything that we can receive, it can often be connected to the mother line and to the relationship with our mothers, because where do we first receive from in physical form? It's from our mother. And so often any blocks we have to receiving are connected to that. So I think that's really intuitive of you to tune into that. Yeah, we got some other lovely things about growing and moving to the next stage, and letting go of resistance to your negative thoughts. Wow, you're also tuned in to my plan for this webinar. That is wonderful. So yes, the big breakthrough for me was, my first big breakthrough as a channel was realizing that everybody can channel. I used to have the belief that special psychic people could channel their spirit guides and nobody else could. But actually, channeling is a birthright. Every single person on the planet, if they want to, can channel. It is as much of a birthright as breathing or as communicating. You know, it was actually a message from my guides this morning that came through, because when I was planning the webinar, I was like, oh, it's as much of a birthright as talking. And then I was like, oh, not everybody on the planet can talk. And my guides just said that everybody can communicate. And that is a point to make, really, is that everybody will channel slightly differently, just like everybody communicates slightly differently. And really the key to channeling is finding the ways that are best for you and who you are. And then once you master those ways, then you can start mastering the other types of channeling. So it's a bit like you learn your first instrument, and then when you master that instrument as a musician, you can start learning other instruments, or you learn your first language and then you learn your second language and your third language. And channeling works very, very similar. And so I really want to express to you, though, that it is your destiny. If you want to channel, you will definitely be able to channel. It is your destiny. It's something that everybody can do. And the right teacher and teachers will come to you and help you unlock the gifts of channeling. And the other thing to say is that you actually already are channeling. Everybody has a connection to their heart. Everybody has a creativity that flows through them. Everybody has instinct and intuition. All of these things are part of channeling. And actually your spirit guides will always be trying to communicate with you. But the law of free will means that really, unless you are willing to communicate with your spirit guides, and sorry, there's a really loud motorbike going down the street. Unless you're willing to communicate with your spirit guides, they're not going to invade you. So unless it's an emergency, you're not going to really have that much contact with them, because who likes to be cold called? You know, the universe works very similar to the third dimensional world, and nobody likes it when you're being cold called and harassed. But if you call up a company and you're interested, then you know you're far more likely to get a result that you want. And the universe works very similar to that. You don't get cold called by your guides. They're far more respectful than some businesses out there. And so everybody can channel, and that's the first thing you need to know. It's there, you have it, it's a gift that you already have, and it is the most amazing gift ever. I cannot express to you. Channeling is one of, if not the best thing I ever learned how to do. It has improved my life. I'm almost feeling emotional. It has improved my life so much and continues to do so. And obviously channeling is my path, it's my work. But it improves every area of my life, not just my working life, not just my path. You know, channeling has improved my health, my emotional health, my abundance. Channeling opens up so much opportunity for understanding, and it has changed my entire perception of life and the universe. And you know, I was trying to think of examples for you because I have so many and it's so hard to pick. But I don't go to the doctor. I haven't been to the doctor since I learned how to channel. And that is because whenever I'm feeling ill, if I'm feeling too ill to find out what it is and tune in myself, which would normally be my first port of call, I have tools of connection and can get a message through from my guides about how to heal it. And, you know, if my guides told me to go to the doctor and that felt right in my heart, I would. I'm not against going to the doctors. But what I love about channeling is it allows me to find the way that is right for this particular moment. So you don't go to the doctor for everything. You don't go to the medicine cabinet for everything. You don't go to the essential oils for everything. Each moment of your life, you really learn to tune into and find out about what is the right way for that moment, for that problem, for that, how can you find that solution? And channeling has been so useful. I think another example is me and my partner were in India, and she got bitten by an ant, and we don't even know if it was an ant. It was something she was highly reactive to because her foot swelled up, and we were on a mountain in India, and we were, you know, there was nowhere, and she felt like she could barely walk on it because it was so painful. And suddenly my guides were just like, ash, she needs ash now. And I was like, I don't have any ash. And then I was like, oh, I do have ash. I had cigarettes. And so I lit a cigarette, and I put some ash in my hand, and I put it on her foot, and the entire swelling went away, the pain went away, she carried on as normal. And I actually don't know how we would have got down that massive hill-like mountain with her foot like it was if it wasn't for that moment. Years later, I was telling someone about that story who actually worked for the NHS, and she was like, well, yeah, that really makes sense because it's carbon. And apparently carbon is used for bandages and all sorts of things like that. But at the time, I didn't know anything about that. And that is really my point. It's like, what an amazing gift to be able to have, no matter what you do with your life. You know, even if you only use it for emergency situations. But it's so amazing to have that kind of insight. And on top of that, it really makes life magical. I mean, the universe has become this very kind, beautiful miracle in my perception, because I have seen so many miracles time and time and time again through guidance and through connection. And you know what? Life is better when it is filled with miracles and magic. And how it's unlocked my path, I cannot express how much it has done for my path. I'll give you one more example. So I use channeling for my path all the time because I am a channel. But when we're deciding what to do, most of the time, rather than just trying to do everything and see what works, I tune in and I ask my guides, you know, what are we doing this month? What are we doing? And actually last month, we did a retreat, a women's retreat to Glastonbury. And, you know, my guide said, do it on the new moon. And I was like, fine, great. And then I looked up the new moon and it was a Tuesday. And I was like, I laughed. I was like, nobody does a retreat on a Tuesday. You can't do a retreat on a Tuesday. And so I didn't do anything about that message. And then I was literally bombarded by signs about Tuesday, the 2nd of August, Glastonbury, Goddess. Everywhere I looked, I was getting these signs. And so because I was getting the signs, I tuned in again. And my guides were like, you were really meant to be doing this. And so I did it. And I was, you know, absolutely sure that this retreat was not going to get hardly anybody. I was prepared to do it because I trust my guides. So I was like, even if it's one person or two people, we'll do it. This retreat oversold out. It brought so many people were called to it, in spite of the fact that Tuesday is a really, really impractical time to do it. And it was put up really last minute. And, you know, that guidance that kind of goes beyond your own logic is invaluable to any business, to any path, to any pursuit of a dream, you know? So that's what's so magical about it. And getting there is really all about trust. What makes you a good channel is being more trustful. Basically, the more you can trust, the better the channel you become. But you've got to get there with the trust. You know, I trust my guides now so much so that anything they told me to do, as long as it resonated in my own heart, which is really the compass for your own trust, I would probably do it, even if my logical brain was like, what? But at first, when you're learning how to channel and connect, you've got to take the baby steps for that trust. You know, you can't just jump in because you're going to freak yourself out. And so it is all about taking baby steps, asking small questions, asking the right questions, and just beginning to open. I remind you that everything happens at the pace of Mother Earth on this planet, and your channeling gift will unfold slowly at the pace of Mother Earth. And there will be big breakthrough moments, and there will be times that you work on it slowly. Now, there are two things that stop people from being able to channel, two major belief systems that stop people from being able to channel. And those are, you believe you can't do it, and you believe that it's not safe. So a lot of people are blocked from channeling because they're scared that they'll connect to something that is evil or something that is dark, etc. And in my experience as someone who's taught a lot of people how to channel, those two belief systems are what block people the most. And it is about, especially when you're starting to learn how to channel and connect, it really is about clearing out those belief systems. Sometimes, very often actually, we open up to an intention, in this case learning how to channel, and the universe immediately shows us our belief system. So it immediately shows us what we think, you know, we immediately start to feel the doubt that we're not going to be able to do it, or feel the fear that we're not going to be able to do it. And my advice to you is, rather than, you know, going, oh, obviously I can't do it because this, I believe this, start to find out how you can clear those belief systems. What can you do to move through those belief systems? And what can you do? Sorry, I've just had a private question. I will answer that for you, lovely. But the answer is yes, it is. Everything is safe. The question was about safety, and everything is safe if you are in your power. And so, you know, the second belief system, which is about what are you connecting into, really the key is to find the place of your own power. Because the truth is nothing can invade you if you don't let it. And if you channel something you don't like, if you tell it to go away, it will go away. So it's really about finding your own power, finding the knowledge of what is right for you. And that's why when I teach channeling, we spend so much time on the heart, because your heart, more than your guides, more than any teacher, any guru, your heart will tell you what is right for you. And if your heart says something is wrong for you, don't do it. If your heart doesn't like an energy coming in, tell that energy to leave. Even if that energy is saying it is Jesus or God or Shiva, if your heart does not like that energy, you tell it to leave. And it will. It's the law. It's the law of the universe. I've never, ever had something not leave when I've told it to leave. And very rarely have I ever disliked an energy. In fact, the only time I've ever disliked an energy was when it was teaching me to become more empowered, when it was teaching me to really come into my power. So it was actually serving me. And really it's about finding, the truth is you are safe. You are the light. You are safe. You are source. You are unlimited. You're safe. But if you don't feel safe, you're really going to kind of vibrate with that and play that belief system out. And so firstly, you want to clear the belief system. The simplest way is to just say, I clear, cancel, and delete that belief system. Again, on my channeling course, we do a lot of clearing work. There's so many different tools of clearing. But secondly, you also want to find tools that make you feel safe. And it will be different for everybody. Some people, they are angel people, so they really resonate with angels. So by calling loads of angels around them, that makes them feel safe. Other people, they like feeling light around them, and that makes them feel safe. For me, I use lots of different techniques depending on what I'm doing, depending what intuitively feels right for me. But I would always surround my aura with light, and I would always say, I ask for this healing, this channeling, this webinar to be in the highest good. Because when I say that, it helps me to relax. It helps me to know that whatever happens is in the highest good, because that is the intention I have set. And when you relax, you become a better channel, because channeling is all about having an open heart and having a high light vibration. And actually, you can't really channel unless you are in that high light vibration, because your higher self will protect you and won't let you connect. So, you know, it's about finding ways through those belief systems so that you can feel safe, so that you can feel in your power. And also about discovering your own truth, because I can give you my truth, but you've got to go with the truth that resonates for you and your love, not for you and your fear-based belief systems, for you and your love, for you and your heart. And I would say that that really is the key to all channeling and all connection. And with spirit guide channeling, it is so important to combine it with other types of connection, because that is how you become empowered as a channel. Otherwise, you're just at the mercy of your own spirit guides. Whereas when you learn to connect to your own heart, to connect to your higher self, to connect to your path through synchronicity, that is how you can align the messages you get from your guides with the signs that you receive, with the feelings of your heart, with your connection to the earth. And that is really where you are able to stand in your power with your connection to spirit, and with your connection to the many amazing spirit guides that there are, from gods to goddesses to star beings to angels to fairies to ascended masters, to things we do not even have words for. And the other thing I want to say to you, and then we will do an exercise so that you can have an experience, because actually spirituality is all about experience. I can tell you and tell you and tell you, but you're not going to know it's true until you have an experience of it. And one of the reasons I love teaching people how to channel is because you don't really teach them how to channel. You are the midwife to them as they birth their own channeling gifts. And actually, you know, your guides will prove themselves to you. The universe will prove itself to you in a much better way, and a much more fun, beautiful, poignant, poetic, miracle-filled way than I could ever tell you, than I could ever describe to you, because the universe knows you so intimately, because you are the universe. But the other thing that I will say about channeling is, you know, everyone has one of the side belief systems that people have about channeling is they're scared they're not going to do it. And one of those side belief systems are that they're scared it's just their imagination. Let me tell you something. It is your imagination. And that isn't to say that spirits and all of these things I'm talking about aren't real. That is to say that when you third eye channel, your third eye uses your imagination to translate light to you. It uses the senses of your imagination to explain messages to you. Imagination is the gateway that you must walk through in order to become a channel. So if you're sitting there going, oh, it's just my imagination, it's just my imagination, you're never going to walk through that gateway. You have to embrace this tool of your imagination. And, you know, third eye channeling is when you're sent a picture to your mind. It's when you're sent an image to your mind, or a word to your mind. It's when anything comes into your mind, essentially, when you're connecting. And it's a lot easier than it is to bring down the energy into your throat or trance channel or things like that. And actually, I find that my guides use third eye channeling when they're trying to explain something that maybe the English language doesn't have words for. So I will be sent in my imagination shapes or descriptions for things that I'm not able to translate properly. And through third eye channeling, I become much better for translation, and much better at being able to translate the messages that I need to give. Thank you. I haven't read that book. Helen's just recommended Awakened Imagination. But let's just try this for now, beautiful beings. So we are going to use our imagination, our third eye channeling, to connect to the Wolf Mother, who is overlighting my channeling course that I am running in September. And the Wolf Mother is the goddess of wolves. And so close your eyes. Feel the muscles around your eyes relaxing. And as your physical eyes relax through the deepness of your breath, So you give them a rest. Your vision sense moves to your third eye. Just like if you close your eyes, your hearing gets sharper. So as you really just let your physical eyes relax, don't look for anything in your physical eyes. And now let your physical ears relax. Just give them a break. Let sounds around you become blurrier, become more distant. So instantly your third eye hearing sharpens. And let your sense of smell relax now. So that your sensory third eye comes into gear. As you let your taste buds relax, really feel all of your sense of taste and your tongue relaxing. Feel that relaxation down the back of your throat. And let your skin relax. Let your sense of touch relax. Let your sense of intuition, instincts just relax. So that all of the ways you connect in the third dimension are relaxed. Now open your heart and shine love up into your heart, through your heart, up into your third eye. Just notice what happens to this chakra that is actually in physical form. It's a gland in your brain that science has proved receives light. Just notice what happens to your imagination as you shine your love up into your imagination. Just open your heart and say it out loud. I ask to experience the Wolf Mother now. And just let your imagination give you an experience of the Wolf Mother. And for some of you, this experience will just be an energy, just a feeling. For some of you, it will be light. For some of you, you will see a wolf in your imagination, or you will hear a wolf, or you will see a goddess. Just allow your imagination to show her to you now, whatever way is right for you. And ask this image or this feeling or this energy, whatever you're receiving, to give you a message now. Just say, what do I need to know now? And again, let this message come in words, in pictures, in feeling. And feel the Wolf Mother sending her love to you through this message. And then feel her energy leave. What changes in your imagination, sensory perception as she leaves. And breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. Breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. Letting the love from your heart shine down now back into your heart and out into the world. Noticing if you're feeling Some of you are feeling a tingling in your third eye. That's your third eye awakening. It's your third eye beginning to open, to remember. And just breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. And when you are ready, open your eyes and come into the room. And I'd really, really love to hear how you connected. You know, was it vision? Was it feeling? Was it sensations? If you got a message, I would really love to hear it. It would be so kind of you to share it. So just type those in. And if you didn't get anything, let me know so that we can work through maybe why and help you out. You know, you cannot get this stuff wrong. It's one step at a time. And sometimes we take a step into the block so that we can start to shift it, so we can start to clear it. I saw this beautiful scene. I saw this amazing moon, and I saw her in her goddess form, and her message to me was just trust, trust, trust. You know, the channeling course, every time I run it, brings up my own deep subconscious that needs to be cleared. And as I'm preparing for it, it's starting to come up. And so that message of trust, trust, trust is huge for me at the moment. Wow, some of you are getting stuff through. That's great. So light initially when I shone the light from my heart into my third eye. Yeah, you do. It's amazing, isn't it? And saw Wolf Mother, and then saw myself as a young girl burst through her stomach. She died. Message was that I am the Wolf Mother. Oh, wow. Amazing. Yeah, we are. Any of our guides, we also are, because we are all one. And that's beautiful. I love that. Thank you very much. And if anybody else wants to share anything, it would be really great. I cannot express how important it is that you share things. While you're typing things in, oh, we got another one. Very good. Felt big fairy presence in front of me and around me, protective. Then it was like she was licking my heart, which is a bit funny. You know, animals, my animal guides always lick any chakras that need healing. So yeah, it is funny and it is a bit tickly, but it's because I believe it's because you're getting healing. Message to embrace my divinity. Nearly said a different word. How beautiful. This is a great message. Thank you, Selena. Stop trying so hard. And then I relaxed, and lots of tingles and waves of pictures of holding hands and love came through. That is such a collective message. Thank you so much for sharing that. One of the ways that the belief system of being scared we can't do it manifests is we try too hard and we push too much. And so if you feel like you're pushing, just relax. Whenever you feel like nothing's working and you're banging your head against the wall, relax. Felt the Wolf Mother's breath panting as we were running in the dark green forest. Then she hugged me. Her hair was so soft and she turned into a beautiful woman and she stroked my face. Oh, so beautiful. I am channeling already. I need to trust what I have been. Such beautiful meditation. Thank you. Oh, guys, I'm so proud of you all. That's amazing. Did anybody have any problems connecting? I won't say your name. You can just type it in. And so what I will say is that, see, you can already channel. That's third eye channeling. And you know, you can say, well, yes, it's just my imagination. And on one level, it is just your imagination. But I promise you, if you allow yourself to walk through that third eye gateway, your guides will start to prove themselves to you. You know, my guides give me information that I couldn't possibly know about people. So I know it's not just my imagination. But at first, you just have to get through that gateway. You know, you just have to enjoy the imagination journeys. And eventually, you will use that imagination to connect in other ways through direct voice channeling, through synchronicity. And your guides will prove themselves to you, but you have to give them that chance. We have another one. I had a wolf man come to me and became one with the wolf and howled with me. And then I asked for a message and said, No, it said no lessons, just walk with me for a while. Oh, that's amazing. And then I heard you say wolf mother and saw the wolf shed her clothes and reveal a beautiful woman. That's amazing. Yeah, the wolf mother does that to me. She comes as a wolf, and then she comes as the wolf as a woman. And every one of you is sharing an experience. I have had that. I have had that. Thank you very much. The person that said feeling lovely but no visuals or connection to the wolf mother. Should I keep on going longer? Yes. And that leads so perfectly into my next point, because as a channel, you have a first language, and it's different for different people. I can tell by what each of you are saying what your first language is. Some of you are feelers because you're talking about breath and fur and you're feelers. Some of you are vision, so you connect through vision and visuals. Some of you connect through how you actually feel as opposed to the sensation of touch. So the person that said feeling lovely and relaxation, that is the beginning of your first language opening. And the best way to become a good channel is to master that first language and let go of needing the vision to work, needing those things to work out. On the channeling course that I do, we really immerse ourselves into our first language and find out which one yours is, find out how to make it work for you, because your first language is the one that you're going to trust. Your first language is the one that, so my first language is feeling. I have now learnt how to vision, and I've learnt how to even smell in spirit. But I don't ever trust those visions as much as I feel them, because it's just like with translating a language. If ever you're in a moment of being stuck, you always convert back to your very first. And so, yes, if for those of you, for this person that said lovely relaxation, feeling lovely, did you trust the feeling of the loveliness? If you want to connect to the wolf mother again, then ask to feel her energy. What does her energy feel like? For me as a feeler, and it is always personal to you, but it's this really like silvery, magical energy. And that's how I connect to her as a feeler. And then the vision comes, and then everything comes. But it's step by step. So it's really about discovering and exploring your first language first and grounding that. I am all about foundation. It is very easy to learn how to channel. I have done many one-off sessions and taught people how to channel. But actually the reason I created the course that I've been mentioning throughout this webinar is because I teach them, and then 6 months later they come back and they hadn't moved forward because they didn't have a strong enough foundation. You know, in that moment they were able to channel, but I want to give people the tools. That means that they have a really, really strong foundation of connection and become good channels and confident channels and confident in their own connection to themselves, their universe, and their guides. And that only comes through the foundation work, through doing the heart work, through doing the higher self work, through doing the self work, the belief system clearing, the energy work. All of those things are what make you a really good channel. And practice. That's the other thing. Practice is what makes you good at anything. You know, you have to do the scale work if you want to be able to play an opera as a musician. And so the course is really designed in the funnest possible way, because the universe is very fun, to help you become a channel in your everyday life. to help you integrate it into what you're doing in your life at the moment, to help you to practice and evolve what is already there. And don't worry, some of the, I know some people have had some big things, and it's really easy to kind of go into your insecurity and go, oh, I only just got a feeling and other people got visions. I promise you that you can get the vision. You can get everything you want. And actually, often the people that have the hardest kind of time to open become the best channels, because they've had a harder journey, so they have a more in-depth understanding of how to connect. Like I said, it is like birthing. I feel like the course is like a midwife that helps people, that supports them while they birth. And my guides have this amazing saying that giving birth is painful. It's not always going to be easy. You hit things in your consciousness, you hit the things about yourself that you have to face, and you move through those things, because whilst everybody can channel, the more you can understand and heal yourself, the lighter you become in yourself, the more you are able to break through whatever is closing your heart up, whatever is causing you to mistrust, which is often painful, the more you're going to be able to connect. And then, oh my God, you start to want to do the work, and you start to want to move through that pain really quickly, because you know how much magic is going to open up for you, and how much wonder is going to happen for your life. I'm going to leave you with the invocation of the course, and I suggest that you use your first language to have an experience of the invocation, and to tune in to if maybe the course is right for you. I really want the people that come on this course to be called to it. It is a very spiritual, sacred journey that you go on. So if you don't feel called to it, then that's as fine as if you do. To let you know, the early bird for the course runs out tomorrow, and it is over £300 worth of savings. To me, this course is priceless. This course is priceless because of how much it will give you. I cannot express how much it's given me, and it's just an investment in yourself and your path, learning to be more connected and into the earth, because when we connect more, we are able to be of greater service to the planet. But to try and make it as available as we can for people, we have done a very good early bird offer. So I am posting the link to it now. It runs out tomorrow, so you don't have to pay it all. We can set up a payment plan for you, or you can pay the deposit, but you do have to make a commitment to the course if you want that price by tomorrow. And like I said, it's got my heart and soul in it. Last year, so many, there's different types of packages, but everyone from each package went on to do wonderful things, to have life-changing experience. Some people became professional channels, other people used it in a more indirect way to improve their path and their art. Other people went on to write books. It really is, other people, their whole lives changed. They quit their job and everything changed, and they went off on amazing adventures. But it really is one of those kind of big, life-changing, amazing, beautiful experiences. And I trust that this year is going to be even better, because I've grown so much. I know that last year I became a much better channel myself because of the course. And I know that I'm going to become an even better channel this year because of it, because we're always growing, we're always learning. So no matter where you are in your path, if you feel in your heart that this course is right for you, do it, take that leap. And one of the ways that you can feel in or decide is through our closing meditation. I'm going to say the invocation, which is for this year's course, and just notice if it speaks to your heart. Notice if it speaks to your first language, if it creates a feeling, if it creates a vision, notice if your first language responds. I keep pulling this card, which is the prayers card. And I've pulled it, I think, around every webinar I've done for this course. And, you know, people are resistant to the idea of prayer because it connotates religion. But actually, prayer is just conversation. It can be however you want it to be. It's conversation between you and other aspects of yourself and you and the universe. And there are two sides to conversation. There is speaking, and then there is listening. So make sure that when you're manifesting, when you're asking, when you're connecting, you give that time to listen. And I will leave you with that today. Give that time to listen. So closing your eyes, feeling the muscles around your eyes relaxing and feeling your heart opening as you breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. Breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. Really opening your heart to your first language of connection, whatever that may be. And opening your heart to anything that you have learnt or broken through or shifted in this webinar. Just allow whatever's grown, whatever's shifted, just to be integrated through your breath as you breathe in gratitude and breathe out love. Breathe in gratitude and breathe out love, feeling that integrate within you now. And feeling your aura, your energy around you, and the light that is holding you, and the circle that we are in that is supporting you. And open your heart and listen to the words of the invocation, and just see how your first language responds, how your first language plays. It's all about play. The whole universe is about play. May you know the truth that is yours to know. May you meet it with every sense of your body. May this truth translate the ancient ways for you. As the stars in your cells remember, may you feel the pulse of this truth in the arch of each step that treads your path. May your adventure be a beautiful one as you spiral into who you will become. May your heart sing open as you recall your truth to you, speaking many languages of love. May you allow yourself to belong to the truth that is yours to know, to the magic that surrounds you. May much move and flow within you as you allow yourself to know the truth that is yours to know. And take some time to listen. Listening to the feelings or the visions or the sensations. And open your heart and ask yourself the question, what do I need to do today? And feel the love of your heart answer this question. Pulled one last card for us, which is love. So send your love to yourself. Send your love to the cosmic cyber circle we're sitting in. Send your love to the earth. Send your love to the universe. Send your love to the stars, to all of your guides. Send your love to all of the elements, to all of the light, to all of the dark, to the whole of the universe. Just send your love out. And ask the universe and your guide to make it clear, to make you sure that the course is right for you or not. To send you the right course or teacher for you as a channel, for you and your connection journey. And as you send all of this love out, send gratitude out. And because what we send out, we get back. Open your heart to receiving love and gratitude back, feeling all of that love and gratitude flooding your heart as you breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. Breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. Breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. You may want to spend some time in meditation and connection. But whenever you're ready, open your eyes. Have the most beautiful, blessed, magical day. Thank you all so much. It's just been amazing, this webinar. How many of you have had similar connections to the Wolf Mother as me, similar experiences? And yeah, you're all amazing and you're all very, very gifted channels, and it's been an honor to be in circle with you. Love, light and blessings to you.